Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. For this look, we're gonna do a date night sultry vibe. And of course, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this one. For every look, you wanna start with your skin prep. I start with my moisturizer first so that you have a good base for when you go in with makeup. So the first product that I'm gonna show you that I use is the Clinique Moisture Surge. I'm just gonna take a little bit and put some on my face. You do not want too much of this stuff. And then I just work it into my skin. You wanna make sure it's everywhere and you wanna make sure it dries down before you go in with your next step. Okay, so this is gonna be good for your under eyes. This is gonna keep them hydrated so when you go in to set them and everything, it doesn't crack up and this stuff right here is amazing. It is from Danessa Myricks, and as you can see, it's literally almost gonna have a few drops left. And when it comes to this stuff, you really only need a few drops of it. And then I just put it in my hands and put it in the areas that I'm scared to get super oily. I definitely apply a generous amount of this stuff. And then I just put it literally everywhere, all over my face. The Smashbox one is really good for hiding pores, so I just apply it to where I have a lot of pores. You just need like a pea-sized amount. And then I just apply it right in this area. Okay, once skin prep is done and settled in, you wanna let it sit for a minute. I go in with two foundations. I go in with the NARS Macao Soft Matte and then the Tahoe Natural Radiance. I take a flat brush and I apply this all over my face. I like a full coverage finish, even though my skin is fire. If I'm gonna wear makeup, I'm wearing makeup, okay? I don't wear it every day, but when I do, I'm wearing it. We are gonna put her on, and don't be afraid to put her on. And yes, my forehead is darker than the rest of my face, but I fix that once I go in with my bronzing shade. And then once I have that applied, I go in with my Dalba spray. This is gonna make sure that it stays nice, like a soft matte. You don't want it like a dry matte. A dry matte is bad. A soft matte is good. So just apply a nice little amount, and then we are gonna buff out the foundation. Just gonna buff out the foundation. This is the Makeup by Mario F4 brush. And as you can see, I'm just tapping it into the skin. I bring it down to my neck as well. So once that's on, you want to take your beauty blender and just press that into your skin. I go in and apply the Hourglass. This is their foundation stick. And I'm just gonna apply that to the outer perimeters of my face. I don't use a lot of this stuff, just for warmth. And then I use a dense brush and just tap that into my skin. I don't like to wipe it around because I feel like it leaves it patchy. So I like to tap it into my skin. And when you're doing this stuff, you don't need a lot of product. This stuff is actually very full coverage, so you just need a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. From Patrick Ta, this is just enough. I'm going for like a more pink. I'm going for a more pink blush, like always. So I'm just gonna apply it with the F4 brush from Makeup by Mario. I'm gonna go in with my concealer. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is in the shade 6.5 medium. This is amazing, my favorite. If you're looking for like a full coverage, this one is the one for you. It does dry down matte, so you do need to blend it out pretty quickly. But I'm just gonna apply it right underneath my eyes on both sides. And then for the other areas that I conceal, I go in with the Hourglass. This is in the shade Beech. So I'm just gonna apply this to these areas. You don't need a lot. This This brush is from Shein. I'm gonna have all the brushes and everything linked in the description. I'm just gonna take this and just press it into my skin. You don't want to scoot this around because you want to keep that coverage full. So I just tap it and go under here. And then I pretty much just do the exact same thing on the other side as well. And when you're tapping it down, make sure you're lightly tapping it and not doing it really hard, because if you do, you're going to lose a lot of that coverage and a lot of that product into the brush. A different brush, it's the same brush but a different brush, so I'm not mixing colors. I'm gonna blend out my chin. This doesn't need to be perfect because I go back in with my beauty blender and blend it out to perfection. I'm going to just quickly contour my nose. And when I contour my nose, I like to do it very simple, very quick. You don't need a lot of product for this. Just bring it down the bridge of your nose and into your brows. For setting my makeup, I'm gonna go in with the Huda Beauty Pound Cake for underneath my eyes and wherever I concealed. And then for everywhere else, I'm gonna go in with the Banana Bread. I put this stuff on my powder puff, and then I'm gonna go ahead and look up and just set my under eye area. You wanna make sure you get every little spot and just make sure you're tapping that into your skin and not scooting it all over the place. And then I'm just gonna apply it to my forehead, pretty much everywhere else that I concealed. And then the other perimeters of my face, I'm gonna go in with the Banana Bread. Like right here, we're gonna do Banana Bread. And of course, you're gonna look crazy right now, but you're gonna brush all this stuff away. I'm just pretty much setting my whole face with my loose powder. And then wherever you bronze, you can tap with whatever's left over. For bronzer, I'm gonna go in with the Makeup by Mario. This is the Soft Sculpt Blurring Bronzer in Medium Dark. And I'm gonna just tap that into my skin just to bring back some warmth into my face. Because when you set your whole face, you kind of take away a lot of that warmth. I'm gonna go in with my Juvia's Place. This is the Blush and Bronze Volume 2. I'm probably going to use that shade and that shade and mix them together. So I'm gonna go in with my Morphe 202 brush. I'm gonna take more of the lighter shade and just like a little bit of the darker shade and just apply her right here. Like, do you see the color payout? Isn't that crazy? That's fire. So I'm just gonna focus it up here more on the upper areas of my cheek and bring it down just a little bit. Make sure you are tapping that into the skin. And then same thing on this side. And then this is Patrick Ta's Shy at First. It is a transitional blush. And you just want to apply it like right in this little area. Pretty much where your blush starts and your concealer ends. And then on this side too. Go in with my Studio Fix. This is from MAC. This is in the shade NC27, and I apply this around the perimeters of my face to just set that loose powder. So I'm just gonna apply this down here and in this area as well. That way everything just blends together seamlessly. Underneath my eyes, I'm gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury number 2. And this stuff is my favorite product for under the eyes. It helps me not crease throughout the day, but keeps it nice and full coverage if you're going for that flawless matte under eye finish. I am gonna go in and set my face with the One Size powder melt. I'm gonna shake it up really well, and then I'm just gonna spray a nice amount. And this is just gonna help melt your powders into your face so you don't look dry. Going with a second setting spray. This is from Danessa Myricks. This is her liquid blurring balm, and this stuff is amazing, so I'm gonna go in with this. So for brows, I'm gonna do the Perfectionist Brow from Melt and do the Morphe Java. When I do my brows, I just outline the bottom first, and up. Brows. I do little brow strokes going in the direction that my brows grow and create that outline from the bottom first to your brow to fill it in, and then I go on top to start shaping it all the way. So my brow process is pretty easy. If you guys want a more in-depth tutorial on my brows, let me know. I just create brow strokes. Want to take your concealer brush and just conceal the bottom half of your brows. I don't conceal the top. I just do the bottom. And then I bring that concealer and then I use it as a primer for my eyeshadow look. For this eyeshadow look, I'm gonna go in with the Ethereal Eyes, the original, Makeup by Mario. This is the palette, so you can get a feel for the vibe we're going for. For the first shade, I'm gonna use this as the transition shade. We are gonna go in with this shade right here in the corner. When I do my eyeshadow looks, I like to use this little mixing palette, but I use it to get a very sharp cut in my eyeshadow, because I like it to be sharp because it makes my eyes just look bigger and like it gives me like that effect. You see what I'm saying? Ooh, how cute. Once I have done the outer area, I'm just gonna bring it pretty much like this and then brush it into my brow. For the next shade, we are gonna go in with this one in the corner right here, and that's just gonna like darken this little outer area right here. And you just want to bring it this way like this. Just bring it into your crease, I mean, not your inner corner. And then I'm going to go in with this even darker brown, and that is just going to make that outer area a little bit darker, like right here by your lash line. That's just going to darken it a little bit more. So once your outer area is done, I go in with this shade, and I'm just gonna put this on my lid just to make my eyes appear a little bit brighter and bigger. Do that without a mirror. So I'm just gonna apply that to my lid. And I just like to build up this shade. These are very pigmented, so you can build up any of these shades. They're super creamy as well. I'm gonna add a little bit of sparkle, so I'm gonna go in with the Eye Illusion eyeshadow duo from Patrick Ta. This is in Your Dreams. This one is super cute. You can see that. And I'm gonna go in with both shades and just apply it with my finger. Make Make sure I don't mess it up.
I feel like when you apply it with your finger, it's a better outcome and it's less fallout on your face, so just be careful with that.
Just like that. I apply a black liner underneath my lashes on the top. For my lower lash line, I'm gonna go in with the Makeup by Mario Perfect Brown. I barely have anything left of this. That's how you know I love it. So we are just going to go in underneath. And then once your bottom liner is on, I go in with these two browns, mix them together to smoke out the bottom, the lower lash line. For mascara, I'm gonna go in with YSL. And for lashes, I am gonna go in with the I Envy in Everyday 09. I am gonna put on my lash.
If you guys want a tutorial on how to apply lashes, let me know.
So for the lip on this look, I'm gonna go in with the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On lip pencil in Hidden Truth. So I'm just gonna line my lips with this.
When I do my lips, I start with my bottom lip first. I do sometimes overdraw my upper lip. I didn't for this video, but it is something that I do, and I do layers.
Okay, for lipstick, I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Kiss Theory. This is their new lip balm.
And I absolutely love this one. It was super creamy and the color payout is amazing. It is like a lip gloss and a lipstick all in like one product, so I love that.
On top of that, I'm just gonna go in with the Jaded Lip Gloss in the shade Cloud Chaser.
And this is a super cute baby pink shade, and also the color payout on this is amazing and it's super hydrating. And this is going to be the final look. Let me know how you guys liked this video, what was your favorite part, and if you guys would wear this on your date night. Also, if you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'll have much more coming.